going on? So I'm going to do another video, and today is another episode of my top 100 favorite movies of all time. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in the top 20. We are here. We are into the best of the best. I am so excited to talk about this today. Before we get into that, first, I said in the last video, I'm recording a bunch of videos in my empty apartment. There's nothing here, so just bear with the background, bear with some of maybe the echoey audio. We're doing what we can with what we got. So I got a few more videos I'm recording here in the apartment before I vacate forever. And yeah, so just, you're gonna see the next few will be in the apartment. Just bear with it. We'll be back home soon. But today, what we are doing is we are back talking about my top 100 favorite movies of all time. And we've made it, guys. You guys have held on since, I believe, like July. I think I started round 2 of this series in July. And you guys have been hanging on by a thread, so I appreciate it. I promise you, we are getting there. So yeah. But today we're doing the top 20, and basically what we're going to do is the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to catch you up from the last episode. We did 30 through 21. I'll tell you what those are. Then we will get into it, and I'm not going to give big reviews. I'm going to tell you why I like it, where it is on the list, and we will move on. I don't want these videos to be an hour long, so we're going to just get into it. I'll tell you where they are, why I like them, and we're going to be on our merry way. Sound good with everybody? Good. But without further ado, I think let's quit dilly-dallying and let's get in to catching you up from the last episode. So 30 through 21. 30, we had Black Klansman. 29 was Looper. 28 was Captain America Civil War. 27 was Mission Impossible Fallout. 26 was Hell or High Water. 25 was The Peanut Butter Falcon. 24 was Invincible. 23 was Portrait of a Lady on Fire. 22 was The Godfather Part 2. And 21 was The Departed. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Coming in number 20 is The Dark Knight. One of the best comic book movies ever made. Fantastic performances. Obviously, Heath Ledger winning an Oscar for his performance as the Joker. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is peak Nolan. He really knows what he wants to do with Batman, and this is just a brilliant, chaotic crime police thriller that is set in a comic book universe. I really enjoy the heck out of this film. I think the action is fantastic. The gadgets are great. The performances, again, from Bale. Bale is fantastic, but I mean, Heath Ledger just brought something to that role that was brilliant. And gosh, rest in peace to him. I mean, we lost a real talent. He is just absolutely fantastic. But great directing by Nolan. I think it's written fantastic. It's just so good, and it comes in at number 20 on my list. Coming in number 19 is The Empire Strikes Back. My favorite Star Wars movie. I just love everything about it. I get so much nostalgia watching the Battle on Hoth because when I was a little kid, when I watched the original trilogy, that was the scene, the battle that really just engrossed me. Like, I absolutely love it. You've got the love story between Leia and Han. You've got the battle on Bespin between Darth Vader and Luke, which is by far my favorite lightsaber fight of all of Star Wars, I would say. And you've got just the brilliant moment of I am your father. That bombshell is amazing. It's just such a great, nostalgic, amazing, just adventure of a movie, and I absolutely adore it. It's fan-freaking-tastic. I love it. And it comes in number 19 on my list. Coming in number 18 is Mad Max Fury Road. One of the best action movies of all time. It's just such a it's just I don't even have words. Great performances overall. Charlize Theron is a badass. She is fantastic in this film. Tom Hardy is really great as Max. He doesn't talk a lot or do a lot, but like, he's a great action guy. And it's just, I mean, the stunts, and it's just brilliant look at the action genre and just what it can be at its highest level. I love it. And then there's a story about just freeing these people from this terrible tyrant. And it's a bunch of action. It's awesome. I love it. It's brilliant. And it comes at number 18 on my list. Coming at number 17 is Booksmart, one of my favorite films of last year, one of my favorite comedies of all time, a great coming-of-age story. Beanie Feldstein and Caitlin Dever give amazing performances in this film. They are believable, they are great, and it's a real movie. I was just recently in high school. I know it. Like, that is high school to a T. That's what it's like. That's what it is. Bullying, peer pressure, all of that stuff is real. It is shown in this film and is done so well. This is Olivia Wilde's directorial debut. She did fantastic. The writing is great, and it's just a brilliant movie. It's smart, it's clever, it's funny, it's amazing. Guys, if you've not seen this movie, you need to. It's so great. I love it. And it comes at number 17 on my list. Coming at number 16 is 1917. One of my favorite war movies of all time. Great performances by the two leads. The direction by Sam Mendes is flawless. Roger Deakins with cinematography. It's all shot in one take. It's a technical feat of cinema. It really is. And people have done it before, and I haven't seen any of those films. I'm gonna have to watch them. Like, I'm gonna watch Birdman. It's on the top of my list of movies to watch. But for what it did, especially in the war genre, it was very hard to pull something like that off, and it was done masterfully. It really, really was. And not only that, the story is amazing. It's heartbreaking at a certain point. And it's just, we go on this grueling journey with these soldiers, and at the end, we're not even satisfied. We're just exhausted that it's done. But it's brilliantly done. Technically, it's flawless, and it's just overall a fantastic movie. I love it. It comes at number 16 on my list. Coming at number 15 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. What can I say? One of the greatest comic book movies, one of the greatest animated movies. It won the Oscar. It's amazing. The animation style where you have classic animation woven in with like comic book type animation was flawless and breathtaking. I think the voice performances are amazing. I love all of the different Spider-Men that are involved in trying to help out Miles Morales. You've got great villains. It's just, I went and watched it in theaters and didn't know what to expect, and I left just amazed. It's such an amazing movie. It's so heartfelt. It's got great emotional punch, great reveals, and the payoffs are earned. And I'm so excited for the sequel. And that leap of faith scene is perfect. I absolutely love it. Comes in number 15 on my list. Coming in number 14 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. You guys know I love the Harry Potter franchise. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. This is the ultimate finale. It's hard to be satisfied with a finale because you want so many things to happen, and a lot of times you're left unsatisfied. But this is one example, for me at least, where the finale satisfied wholeheartedly. Brilliant action. The battle at Hogwarts is one of the best battles I've seen on the big screen. It was an emotion. It was a worldwide phenomenon that I hadn't seen until Infinity War and Endgame. It was brilliant. It just so well done. Performances are great. The direction is amazing. The writing, J.K. Rowling, based off the books, the adaptation, I think is fantastic. The perfect way to end this franchise. It was amazing. It's one of my favorite movies. I watch it all the time. It's highly rewatchable, and it comes in number 14 on my list. Coming number 13, excuse me, is The Grand Budapest Hotel. Wes Anderson, man, he's just really, really good. He's really good at what he does. He's very eclectic. He's got his style, and his style could not be more at the forefront than in this film. And that's to his advantage. Sometimes people think, these directors try to be quirky and use their own styles and they use it too much. Nah, it's perfect in this film. It works amazingly. The performances are absolutely fantastic. Ralph Fiennes is brilliant in this film. It's written very cleverly. I love the dialogue. I love a lot of the dialogue, especially that's delivered by Ralph Fiennes. He's again, like I said, fantastic. It's directed, you know, the set design and is beautiful. It was amazing. It's really, really good. I love it a lot, and it comes in number 13 on my list. Coming in number 12 is Avengers Infinity War. So you guys want to see how much my list has changed from last year? And Ready Player One was what, number 1? That is now at 76. Avengers Infinity War was number 2. That's now at 12. My list has changed a lot. But what is there to say about this film? It's the ultimate beginning of this 2-part amazing saga with Infinity War and Endgame. Thanos is, you know, watching most of it from the point of view of Thanos and actually kind of understanding where he's coming from, even though it's mass genocide, but you can kind of, he's not crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's crazy, but like you can kind of understand the craziness. Is very intriguing. It's a villain that we don't just hate. We're like, kind of contemplative about it. But I mean, it's just, the Russo brothers directed a fantastic movie. The battles and everything are great, and it's just the most incredible cliffhanger to a movie ever. I mean, I waited an entire year on the edge of my seat, like, how is this going to get fixed? And it was brilliant. It was brilliant. I love it. It's still one of my favorite movies of all time. It's definitely top 2 MCU films for me. And it comes in number 12 on my list. Coming in number 11, and to round out the episode, is 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. Now, a lot of people give Michael Bay a lot of crap. And look, I don't love all of his films. I think they're okay. But he hit really, really well with 13 Hours. It's a tragic story, a true story that is executed on film very well. The performances by John Krasinski and all of the other soldiers are fantastic. It's emotional. There are stakes. I think it's written very well. I mean, it's based off a true story, so it's written pretty well and accurate. And Michael Bay actually directs pretty good film. It's not too much Michael Bay. It's like just right. You know, there's in between the battles, there's character moment times where we have conversations with characters. I mean, it's just, you know, the build up, because you know what's going to happen, but the build up to it is great. And it's a film that left me speechless when I first saw it, but it was like, wow, this is a film. And I know some people don't like it. I know it's kind of divisive, but for me, it's one of my favorite films of all time. I mean, it's really, really, really good. And it comes in at number 11 on my list. Guys, that rounds out 20 through 11. So we'll round them out real quick just to tell you where we stand. Number 20 is The Dark Knight. Number 19 is Empire Strikes Back. Number 18 is Mad Max Fury Road. 17 is Booksmart. 16 is 1917. 15 is Spider-Man Into the SpiderVerse. 14 is Harry Potter and the Death Hallows Part 2. 13 is The Grand Budapest Hotel. 12 is Avengers Infinity War. And 11 is 13 Hours. Guys, that is pretty much it. Let me know down below in the comments, what did you think of this section of the list? Should some films be higher? Should they be lower? Where do you put them on your list? Let me know what you think down below. But guys, that is pretty much it. Thanks so much for taking time to click on the video, liking, commenting, subscribing. That all means the absolute world. Have a good rest of your days, guys, and we'll see you